Hello, welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley and my guest today is Jeff Losey. He's the Executive Director of the Home Builders Association of the TriCities. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
How was 2013 for your organization last year?
2013 was a good year for the home building industry in TriCities. We were off a little bit, 10% as far as new homes being built in TriCities. But overall, compared to the rest of the nation and how we fared, we feel really good about what happened last year in TriCities.
Kind of a ballpark, how many homes were built last year?
1,043 homes were built last year compared to just over 1,100 the prior year.
Oh, very good. So pretty consistent then.
It is, you know, and ever since 2008 and when when the bubble burst in the housing industry, we're trying to find what our new normal is for TriCities. And so somewhere right around this, 1,100 to 1,200, we just kind of keep vacillating in this area, and so it's working well. Most people are staying active in the construction industry, and at the end of the day, we're still tied to how good the economy is.
Right, and so what do you think 2014 will look like based on that?
Well, so the unemployment numbers look really good, and with the budgets that seem to be being secured out at the Hanford area, all of those affect the construction industry. And so the outlook right now looks really good for the construction industry as, one, the national mood is improving, and two, locally, it looks like we are going to have as good a year as we did this year and should probably do a little bit better.
Which are the areas that you see the greatest expansion and growth? As you look as a professional out, what areas are going to boom and bust in the future, in your opinion here?
As far as?
Where you expect to see the most homes, what kind of growth, what areas do you think will grow most quickly?
Well, what's happening right now is all of the baby boomers that are retiring. So in the housing industry, it's about accessibility. So there's a lot of houses that are being built with wider hallways, zero entries into the houses, so decreasing the number of steps. So as our baby boomers get up to retirement age, steps become a problem.
Right.
And so rather than trying to retrofit a house after you've purchased it, which is very, very difficult to do, you can put a ramp on the outside of a house, but you can't make a hallway wider without expending a lot of money. So those are some of the things that are now starting to happen to accommodate our aging population and to make sure that there's housing available when they get there. And so that's one of the new things that's happening right now is we're calling it accessibility, but really it's about ADA requirements and trying to make everything as accessible for everybody that you possibly can.
And one last quick question. How does the rental market factor in? This area compared to other areas of Eastern Washington has more renters, and how does that affect the Home Builders Association?
Well, so this last year, the retail sales for existing home sales, they've had the best year they've had for home sales over the prior 6 years. So I think a lot of our folks that come in for the Hanford project that maybe work off of contracts, we certainly have a lot of rentals in our area, but it hasn't really hampered the housing sales because there's enough people and the age of the worker that we have out at the Hanford area, it's been noted by a couple of different economists that when they get done with this project, they end up retiring here.
It is nice.
And they continue to stay here. So that's always a good thing, obviously, for our market. And so it hasn't really affected the housing industry in as much as houses are still moving and the retail houses, the existing stock is still having good activity.
Oh, Jeff, thank you. We appreciate you being here and thank you for the information.
So much.
Jeff Losey, I'm Dana Cowley. You're watching Charter Local Edition Northwest.